It's great to have everyone join us today. This is Enterprise Weekend, reaching you from Enterprise Television from our corporate headquarters in Lagos State, Nigeria. I am Henry Igwebike, and we kickstart today with what we have coming from our newspapers, and right after that will be, conversation also for today. But please do well to be part of what we do, have a say in what we say. You can find us, reach us when you visit us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. Very so honored to have joining me right here in the studios is Sholinde Peters. He is a social commentator, public affairs analyst, and I would love to call him a development communicator. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Henry.
Thank you so very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Beautiful. So let's kick-start this day with a fourth daily on our desk. Saturday Vanguard it is. We have interesting stories. Nigeria is such a wonderful place that newspapers would have something to talk about every single day because lots of stories. We have terrorists hold over 7,000 captives in 7 states in Nigeria. And we have other interesting stories. Rivers, 16 PDP lawmakers defect to the APC. We equally have economic summit. Boris Johnson, former UK Prime Minister, came to Nigeria and said Nigeria is safe, declaring Nigeria safe as Dangote opens a check, raises hope for Imo State. And also, interestingly, we have other great stories. Where are our wives? Husbands of kidnapped Defense Ministry directors cry out. I do not know what they expect the wives to do. Is it to come protest or something? But let's get to our talking point for today. Education. Why mother tongue policy failed in Nigeria? 2 riders to that story. Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo. Part of dilemma of heterogeneous language. Lack of teachers, materials and orders is not implementable. And that's coming from NUT. That's the organization for teachers. Mr. Peters, let's talk about our mother tongue. Very so important because we are first who we are before becoming Nigerians, right? So a situation where, can I say, is evolution of everything from technology to lots of things are beginning to impede and etch on our tradition, our language, which is also very so important.
Okay, there are several factors that affected our mother tongue in this country, and the chief of it is colonization. You know, when the British came, we don't have what we call Nigeria. Each region, whether in the east, whether in the north, whether in the west, were doing their own thing. They had their own form of education, which actually wasn't English back then. But later, when we have the missionaries came, they started schools, and through colonization too, English became our mainstay. Even up till today, we have taken that language as maybe our lingua franca, our first and best. We have tried so many times to make sure that, okay, let's teach some subjects in our local language, but that policy most times has never seen the light of the day. Even the missionaries who came,
is it not seeing the light of the day?
Even the missionaries who came and brought religion to us, even interpreted the Holy Book into several languages, so that at least you could still go with your language. The British colonized the Indians, but they never took
because that's what I wanted to say.
They never took that language.
Why is ours different?
They stood with their own.
Yes.
You know, it is a common mentality for Africans. We like our taste for foreign accents, foreign assets, foreign life is top notch. Even in our local community, in our families, we prefer our kids speak
English.
Montessori English, Queen's English.
With diction.
I have a friend who had sent the children abroad just because his own brother's children abroad, when they communicate, his own children feel inferior. So, by force, by fire, I must send my own children abroad. So, and it is getting too late because you find out that even our own people abroad are trying to teach their children our local language. Whereas we here, are trying to suppress our children from speaking our local language, preferring a foreign language. And for you to know, language is an asset. Language is security. I can remember some years back, a friend came to me and was like, can I go and study Arab, the Arabic language? Yes. And I'm like, why do you want me to study? He said that was when Bin Laden, everybody started all this, and the Americans didn't really understand the Arabic language. So many of the things they do online in those languages, they couldn't decipher them. So they needed people who can understand that language, so that when they get on the system, they can intercept communications between all these terrorists and co. That is why you see in the US military today, they employ people for Yoruba, they employ people for Igbo, they employ people for all languages in the world. You find them in the US Army. Why? Because they know it is security. We here, we treat our language as if it is just one of those things. But I can tell you very well that we are losing it. In the next 30, 50 years, we are giving birth to children that do not even understand what our languages are. We will lose all these things. And when we lose them, you begin to lose your essence as human being. You begin to lose your culture. Once you lose your culture, come and look at it. In both religions, one will follow the Arab. You have to go and learn that religion in that language. Ours, you have to learn them in English. Until recently, when they start interpreting all those things into several languages. So I think for a solution to come, it has to be a policy of the government that there will be nothing like going back. Just like the Chinese. They don't entertain all this type of foreign. When they do you manual, if they come to your country to give you train, they will still put their language. In part of the training manual. They don't make mistakes. So here, we are not deliberate about it. We need to be deliberate about making sure that, I don't see why we can't learn chemistry in Igbo. Learn physics in Yoruba.
Yeah, of course, lots of people
and learn biology in Hausa.
Yes,
and write it in that same language.
Very so true.
I don't see any reason why we can do that.
Yes.
But you see, we have anything that has to do with our language. Even if you want to migrate to a UK, to US, they will tell you go and test for our own language. In English, you have to write a TOEFL or IELTS to go to their own country. Why not when you come into Nigeria, learn something about us too now? But, you know, we have a major problem. About 256 tribes, almost 100 languages, even the Yoruba language that seems to be one, you still have different dialects. Even the Igbo language that seems to be one, you still have different dialects. The Hausa, you tell you the Fufude language, Fulani language is different from my own, different from a bit from Kanuri. So we still have all those ones in between. But at least we can have internally a melting point whereby our languages, whichever region you are, at least your children should be able to communicate. Write 2 or 3 of your exams in a particular language. You can write others in English, but there are some particular exams you will write in your languages must be compulsory. When we were in secondary school then, GS1 to GS3, we were studying French. After GS3, they stopped French for us. Only for us to grow old and find out that you can't go to the neighboring Benin Republic, Cameroon, Togo. Your neighbors, you can't even communicate anything. And which is sad. Go to Europe. Very rare you see an average European that won't be able to speak maybe Spanish, Portuguese, English, and French. It is common to them because they know you have neighbors. Spain is close to you, Belgium.
Germany, you know.
Yeah, you need to communicate when you get it, even if it is elementary. But they killed everything here.
Well, I do not know how we can solve this issue. Just recently, Tunji Alausa, the Minister of Education, led a team that cancelled the language teaching in our secondary schools. And his reasons was that they conducted what they call an examination to test, and they discovered that most people who allowed their students to be taught in local languages could not pass WAEC. Right, so they were all into the local language. That when WAEC was set, because WAEC cannot set in Igbo because you were taught in Igbo, or Yoruba because it's English. So lots of the students who were taught in their local languages failed WAEC woefully. So that was why he cancelled the program. So do you think that the government is equally complicit to some of these things?
You see, you can't suddenly bring out a policy and want to implement immediately without allowing some time for, it's just like when you plant a seed to germinate, mature, you water it. If you want people to write exams in your local dialect, then you plan in 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me start from primary school. This set from 2025 to 2035, those ones will have gotten to just 3, SS1, SS2, then I can begin to prepare them. Is it a child that doesn't speak English or doesn't speak Yoruba or Igbo Hausa to the father at home, you want them to write biology in Yoruba? It is not, it is impossible. So an attempt to rush a policy and foist it on, they will fail. And it is true, because most of them go to our schools. No more Yoruba teachers, no more Igbo teachers, no more Hausa teachers, no more fine arts teachers, home economics. They are dead. People don't study them, they don't have teachers again. The few language teachers you have, they are running about 4 or 5 schools just to... Yeah. So it is a fundamental problem. If government wants a solution to it, you need to attract people to that discipline. Pay them well. You also need to prepare the children that you want to use as case study, like as guinea pigs for that trial. You need to prepare them ahead. Not bring a policy today, you want to implement it, you fail. It will fail. So you need to prepare them. Start recruiting those teachers in primary school. We want you to teach these children Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Ibibo, Efik. Teach them. So that by the time they get to secondary school, they continue it. So that in 10, 15 years, you are ready as a nation. Then it will go just like that, seamlessly. You can't just wake up one day and say you want to implement something when the children you want to implement are not even ready. They don't even understand the language.
It's actually very scary, you know, we're saying this because it matters to us a lot, because and when you embrace where you're coming from, that forms the unity of a country, and your identity very so important. It wasn't like this pre-independence and post-independence in the First Republic. People could speak Queen's English, awesome English, but at the same time they can still flow in the local languages.
Yes.
But now I don't know. We don't even speak the Queen's English, and still we can't even flow with our local languages.
Yeah, because you see, the education sector was destroyed by the government. When you start seeing, then you had a lot of public schools that people went to. And public schools were things of pride. They teach you about your culture, about your language, about everything. Now, private schools came, took over everything. Went to import Montessori. Imported Cambridge, imported everything and brought it down here. So what do you expect? They are going to follow their own syllabus. Yes. They are going to kill your own just to sell their own. Everywhere, private schools. Yes. Uncontrolled by government, they dish out anything they like. Yeah. So it's looking at the education sector, government needs to be ready, and it is not what you jump into immediately. If you want to do anything, you must prepare and plan. Very well, must prepare and plan. But let's get to the Saturday Punch newspaper for today. Straight to our talking point for today, equally on the same newspapers. How real estate firm duped 4,000 investors in fresh Ponzi scheme. Mr. Shodinde, let's talk about it with reference to Lagos. Of course, it's the biggest real estate market in Nigeria. I do not know for sub-Saharan Africa, but for Nigeria it is. Right now, lots of people in the diaspora are scared of investing in real estate in Lagos, particularly with the most recent things that we see. Very bad taste. You build and demolish. You buy and the land grabbing, Oworoshoki, is part of them, and so many others. And it might not be looked at a Ponzi scheme, but a situation where you're not sure that you would have a house in the next 50 years. You bought now. You're not sure it will be yours in the next 50 years. Don't you think that would affect our real estate ecosystem? Of course, yes. It will affect customers' confidence. But one thing is sure for me, the housing market in Nigeria is still untapped. It's still untapped? Yeah, because we have about, if not over 300,000 new housing units that is needed to take care of our population. You see, when it comes to demolitions, it happens everywhere in the country. Especially when it comes to, we could remember when El Rufai was doing his own in Abuja. Everybody cried, why are you doing this? Well, we tell you, come, this is a master plan now. You guys are on government allocation. This place you're not supposed to build there.
But most of those places are approved by the government.
You see,
most of the time.
You see, people think that with money you can play a fast one. You see, the way they planned Abuja was so much that in almost every area, there is a particular portion left for recreation.
Okay.
There are plenty gardens, plenty areas in Abuja like that. So suddenly you just see one director be like, okay, let's just write something and give you a paper saying that, okay, this one, we have considered it to start building estates. Another minister will come and say, no, this is the, you that you are buying it. If you had engaged the services of a lawyer or anything, they will have told you that, come, this place is marked for a social service. For example, people in Amuwo there, in the federal housing estate, you will see the housing authority saying that we have warned these people, don't build here. It's a setback. No, we kept this place because this place is swampy, so that it can collect water. We did it for reasons best known. But you know, we always believe that, okay, this is a community. As long as we are 50, we are 100, we are 1,000. At the end of the day, government won't be able to demolish. In so many times, people get away with it. Government can look at it and be like, come, these people are much. Apparently, the project we want to do, can we take it elsewhere? But when your building, when your construction or occupation begin to affect the livelihood of other people in your area, causing flooding, on drainages, blocking roads, and co. Of course, whether you like it or not, if you have collected any document from anybody, government will come. That's why they say after God, it is government. My advice to people abroad is, come, there are people abroad who come here, buy houses, build, good documents. It's all you need is just to get a lawyer, let them chat whatever you are chatting from the land registry. You will see before you start to build. That is why you see at the end of the day, when people shout and shout, they will not go to court to go and enforce their right. Because if you had collected a CFO, you are charted, you have your report saying that everything is fine. Because, for example, in Lagos now, if you buy a land, before you even start building anything on it, they will want to see your drawing, soil tests, environmental, whatever, so that by the time that process is going, even up to your tax, once they see all those things, if there is a problem, let us imagine it's a government allocation or there's a legal, they will have told you that, okay, where you are trying to build, we can't approve it, it is government, so you stay action. Not that you now finish your skyscraper spending 3-4 billion. Later they will now tell you, of course, yes, government workers are funny. Imagine the ones around Lekki, Kushenla. Yeah. The local building authority is just close to where they build the estate. Those guys will have been giving them, carrying their face, just give us some money. The ones who did those ones may have even retired. But you, that is spending the money, you are the one who is supposed to do your own due diligence. Because all those guys, they are just in the position for a while.
But at the same time, don't you think it will affect the Lagos State government? Because it is still the Lagos State government responsibility to create that awareness.
So for me,
loud and awareness.
It's contributory negligence. In the sense that you that is spending the money, you are negligent of what you should do. The government, who knows very well that this place is not supposed to be where you built, you open your eyes till when those skyscrapers are up. But my position most times is, government does not have a face. Don't allow them use you as guinea pigs. Don't say you can only blame government. They will come and go. You that is spending the money should be the one to cover yourself first. Even if the government wants to misbehave, there are so many people that government took their houses and roads and paid them compensation because they were illegal. Maybe they want to do a rail line now. They want to do something
like the Lagos-Calabar
Coastal. When they were doing this Lagos-Ibadan, so many people were paid because they needed. It is for public use, so the government can take over any land. The only thing they owe you is, Oga, you have a document to back up your whatever. So take this money, go elsewhere. So all those ones are they are taken care of. But when you yourself, you don't do your due diligence, then there's a problem.
So let's talk about, just before we end this particular segment, let's go to River State for a bit, and it's on the Guardian newspaper. Wike justifies defection of River State's speaker and 15 orders to the APC. Of course, we've always expected it. Remember, this is the second time they are defecting. The first time they did, and it was all. This is the second time they're defecting.
You are saying second time. They say they never did.
Okay, they said they never did.
So,
but we watched it on television when they did that, and it's recorded in history. But what's your take, actually?
It's basically politics. The guys who moved, they have the freedom, they have the rights to move anywhere they want to move to. They will tell you, our party, PDP, is gone. Okay, in PDP today, who is going to give them the form? Under which chairman will they be? Is it the Wike faction or the Makinde faction? So there's possibility that a serious candidate who wants to win the next election in 2027 will start planning now and start looking for a party that is serious to join.
So does that make Esimolaye an orphan?
No, you don't know what Fubaratu will do next year. Okay. It might be like this PDP, I don't want to join them again. Let me go to ADC, APC, anything. So it's just the honorable members still moving. They are not the first to move because of PDP's problem. Okay. So many has moved because a senator during the week, was it Thursday, moved from APC to PDP in Zamfara.
Wow.
He said because APC in my state is dead.
Oh, really? Oh,
there is problem in APC in my state.
So and it might equally affect him.
Yes, he come from APC to PDP. Let me stay where I know that there is sanity. Politicians, that is their trade, that's their business. They stay where it is best for them. Even though for Rivers' case, they know the reason why they are doing it. From day one, they knew that, okay, we are supporting this president in 2027. So let's totally align with the center. But the constitution and party structure allows them, when there's problem in your party, you can move to another. So I don't see anything wrong in what they have done. They have freedom to do that. This is the season for them.
All right, so let's see how that goes. Adeleke is equally caught in that quagmire, that fracas. He is no longer in... he's still with the PDP, but of course they have a candidate now. So that leaves him out. He won't, they've not allowed him to join APC. So he's considering ABGA and Accord Party.
Adeleke, from all information, will join Accord Party.
Will join Accord Party.
Yes.
And do you think he pulls the chance to get himself
if he has
re-elected?
done well and people vote for him, it's just that, the president has serious interest in Osun State.
It's his home state, isn't it?
Fine. Yeah. Just like people will say, he has not told us this is my home state.
But we
all
all
tell you I'm from Lagos. So, I think Oyebamiji, Monrodin Oyebamiji is their candidate for APC. They even disqualified Omisore. Yeah,
because I just saw this morning. It's like they disqualified the Oyebamiji guy, isn't it? No.
It's Oyebamiji and one Mulikas, one woman.
Okay.
2 of them scaled through.
Oh.
The others, they didn't submit some documents, so they disqualified them. Oh. So it's Oyebamiji and the woman. I know she's Mulika, but I've forgotten the surname. Both are the ones. Just those 2 are the ones that scaled through the screening. Okay. And from all information, Oyebamiji was the Commissioner for Finance to the current minister for Blue Water, Oyetola, yes. When he was governor. So he's still a candidate of the president. Yeah. Because the president still wished him happy birthday some few weeks ago. So people believe very well that this is the likely successor. So Adeleke will move to Accord Party and his work will likely speak for him. If he has done well or not.
Yes, very well said. And that's way and how we think we should be looking at politics. It's not just about the party. It's not just about the individual, but about what you have contributed. And the truth remains that Nigerians, if you leave them to select, they would select based on what you've done, not really about the party, but because of the type of politics we play. we make it more of the party and not about the value you've given. Just to let you know that Mr. Peters will still be here to take us on our main conversation in the bid that when we return, explosive 20 billion naira court battle over sexual harassment allegation, and that is between the Senate President and Senator Natasha. That in the bid is still Enterprise Weekend. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.